Times liars get called out on paternity court.
If you aren't in position to take care of yourself, why put yourself in the position when you're making children? Have you been sleeping with Mr. Powell?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have proof to show that she is lying.
It's not about the kids for them. It's more about they're bitter because things didn't work out for them how they planned.
Meet Mr. Powell, whose world shattered when he discovered his wife cheated on him within just 3 months of marriage. And the drama escalates. She's unsure of their child's paternity. Her new boyfriend, Mr. Jones, could be the father, but secretly she yearns for her ex-husband's child. Hold tight, as lies are exposed, emotions run high, and the truth emerges.
Mr. Powell, you claim your wife, Ms. Burns, cheated on you with a man standing next to her after only 3 months of marriage.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then she left you to live with him, and now you say the paternity of your child is in question.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Powell's life crumbled when he learned of his wife's infidelity within 3 months of marriage. But that's not all. She slept with his brother. 2 months later, she revealed she was pregnant. Courtroom chaos ensued. Mr. Powell's lie detector test proved he was right. Ms. Burns still denies it. The suspense builds. Paternity tests don't lie.
I called her the second day after she had left, and she straight out admits to me, yeah, I slept with Mr. Jones.
Wow. Ms. Burns, how soon after that did you find out you were pregnant?
Almost 2 months after I had separated from Mr. Powell.
Did you tell both men you were pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Buckle up for courtroom drama. Mr. Powell reveals the truth with a lie detector test, exposing Ms. Burns' tangled web of deception. She denies everything, but evidence is on Mr. Powell's side. The plot thickens. How can he be lying with paternity tests in hand? It's a battle of truth and love's betrayal. Mr. Jones is just caught in the storm.
Ms. Burns, have you been sleeping with Mr. Powell?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have proof to show that she is lying right
What
now.
proof do you have?
Your Honor, I took a lie detector test.
You took a lie detector test?
To show you that I'm not lying and that I'm telling the truth. And so that
Do you
Mr.
have the
Jones
results
can know
here?
the truth. Your Honor, I do have the
definitely
results.
The truth comes to light. Ms. Burns still denies, but Mr. Powell was telling the truth. Hearts break as Mr. Powell yearns for his child and watches videos daily, showering love and care. Despite it all, he still loves Miss Burns. Half the kids call Mr. Jones daddy, and the other Mr. Powell. How can he love someone who doesn't want him?
Have you had sex with Mr. Powell?
Nope, I don't care what that paper says. If he wants to ruin somebody else's life because his is miserable, so be it.
Is it your suggestion that he's trying to ruin your life because he's miserable because he doesn't have you? Mr. Jones, what do you think?
I have no idea.
A whirlwind of emotions. Miss Burns caused chaos in her family, but love endures. The true father is revealed, Mr. Jones. Bittersweet closure for Mr. Powell, as he can now move on. This captivating tale teaches us the power of love, truth, and forgiveness. Stay enthralled as this story unfolds. It's a journey you won't forget.
Mr. Jones, you are his father.
Sorry, man, I was rooting for you, bro. I'm still gonna love the kid no matter what. I'm gonna be there, but all the information that I just heard today, I just wish it kind of wasn't.
I don't know what to say.
It was a lot to hear today.
Yeah, it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a gripping tale that will leave you on the edge of your seats. Meet Mr. Angileri, a man who brings Miss Vargas to court, accusing her of having an affair while married and casting doubt on the paternity of her 11-month-old baby. But that's not all. Miss Vargas claims the baby is indeed Mr. Angileri's. What's the real truth behind this shocking revelation? Let's dive in.
Mr. Angileri, you claim the defendant, Ms. Vargas, was married and having an affair with you when she got pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
She initially told you that you were not the father of her 11-month-old son, but then dropped the bomb that the child was indeed yours
That is correct.
after her marriage was over.
That is correct.
Hold your breath as we unravel the twists and turns. Miss Vargas insists she was separated from her husband before getting involved with another man. But wait, how did she manage to be intimate with both men? And incredibly, she got pregnant during the very same month. Is it a mere coincidence or something more?
So you two were intimate,
Yes, just once.
and then you found out you were pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you also intimate with your husband at the time?
Yes, Your Honor. A month before me and him had sexual intercourse, me and my husband were still.
But the drama doesn't stop there. Mr. Angelari's gut feelings tell him the baby isn't his. But can intuition be enough to determine paternity? He never wanted more kids, but fate had other plans. Miss Vargas swears by the morning after pill, yet Mr. Angelari remains unconvinced.
I didn't want Mr. Angelari to be the father.
I didn't want to have another kid.
I didn't want to have another kid.
Well, there we go. But the kid deserves better. He's got to have a mom and a father.
I understand that.
We need to come to some resolution.
And that's why we're here.
That's right.
Why we're here.
Now you're talking my language. Once you saw a picture of this child,
The gut feeling came back.
said, press
It came
this
back.
a little further.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tensions run high as Miss Vargas emotionally gazes at her child. Her love is evident, but the lies need to stop for the sake of the innocent baby. Mr. Angelari agrees to be part of the child's life, but the fear of being exploited looms. Brace yourselves for the emotional roller coaster.
You're emotional looking at your child because you feel
He calls me daddy. I'm just hurting for him because I want him to be there for him.
And if I'm his father, I will be there for him. Well, I thought she was just trying to maybe get some money out of me.
Hold on tight. Mr. Angelari believes Miss Vargas should have disclosed the truth earlier, considering they lived in the same city. However, is it fair to blame her if the resemblance only surfaced later on? It's a battle of emotions and logic.
Well, she's lied to me on numerous occasions. I lived in the same city as she did until the kid was 6 months old, 5 months old. Why couldn't she get a hold of me then?
I felt like he was starting to look more like you, and I wanted you to be there.
Do you think he looks like me now?
Yes.
Because my other 2 kids resemble me spitting image.
Of course, he's gonna look like the mother too.
The moment of truth is finally here. Can you feel the anticipation? The test results are in, and we're about to uncover the baby's real father. Drum roll, please. It's Mr. Angelari. Amidst the lies, this revelation sparks hope for a new beginning as a family. Get ready for the heartwarming conclusion.
Mr. Angelari, you are the father.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The courtroom buzzes with tension as Miss Baker puts her marriage's fate on the line. Will the DNA results settle the truth about her 3-month-old son, Caleb? Mr. Baker claims it's medically impossible for him to be the father. If the results don't favor him, he's ready to leave. Love hangs in the balance. How will this emotional roller coaster unfold?
Ms. Baker, you say the fate of your marriage is riding on today's DNA results. You are suing to prove that your 3-month-old son, Caleb, was fathered by your husband, Mr. Baker.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Baker, you say it's medically impossible for you to have a child, and therefore Caleb cannot be yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the courtroom, Miss Baker's lies will be called out. Has Miss Baker been truthful about cheating? She denies it, but her drinking clouds her memory. Judge Lake digs deeper, seeking clarity. As Mr. Baker reveals the medical impossibility of fathering a child after a vasectomy, the puzzle takes shape. How will the DNA results resolve this perplexing situation?
Have you lied about cheating on Mr. Baker? Have you cheated on him?
No, I have not cheated on Mr. Baker, Your Honor. There's no recollection of anything ever happening to me while I was drinking, but just that thing in the back of my mind just keeps going, did something happen to me and I just don't remember.
Emotions run high as Darren reveals a heartfelt story. His regret of not having a child with Felice. They considered a vasectomy reversal for their dream, but hesitated. Then miraculously, she became pregnant in her 40s. Is it a true miracle? With chuckles all around, the truth unfolds. How many ultrasounds were needed to believe it was real?
We never had a child together. We contacted a gentleman who is specialist on vasectomy reversal in the entire nation, located in San Diego, and they sent us a package.
And now your wife is pregnant.
My attitude is very simple. It better be a miracle from God.
Baker had a vasectomy 20 plus years ago, and now at 45, Miss Baker is pregnant. Can a 49-year-old man with a vasectomy be a father? Dr. Gator explains that men in their late 40s usually have no fertility issues, but a successful vasectomy should mean 0 sperm count, making it impossible. what's the secret behind this unexpected twist?
49-year-old man that has had a vasectomy being able to father a child.
A 49 to 50-year-old man really doesn't have issues with fertility typically. As you age, it's really more the quality of the sperm, and that tends to be affected by lifestyle factors such as smoking and drinking.
Okay.
In a touching courtroom scene, Judge Lake compassionately asks Miss Baker how she feels after Dr. Gator's explanation, and she tearfully attributes the situation to a higher power. Despite the slim 1.5% chance, she firmly believes the child is her husband's. Darren's doubt could lead to the end of their relationship. Can trust and love overcome this heart-wrenching uncertainty?
How are you feeling now?
I just believe that the Lord had this happen.
And so you are hanging your hat on the 1.5% because you truly believe this is your husband's child.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Baker, if in fact this child is not your biological child, you are going to leave the relationship.
Gather around for a heartwarming courtroom moment of Baker v. Baker. With bated breath, the truth about 3-month-old Caleb Baker's parentage is unveiled, and the court declares, Mr. Baker, you are the father. Emotions soar as tears and applause fill the room. Despite past challenges, they've worked towards healing and restoration. How impactful are such moments in a courtroom?
Mr. Baker, you are the father. This is a courtroom where very special things happen, right, bro? But this, I must say,
It's just been a very tough road.
We have Miss Taylor and Miss Johnson, both insisting they carried Mr. Barber's children simultaneously. Fascinating, right? Now brace yourself for their honest replies as Judge Lake asks, are you both certain about this? They voice their concerns about Mr. Barber's parenting choices. Why does he care for one child but neglect the others? Let the liar be revealed.
Ms. Taylor and Ms. Johnson, you both claim that you were pregnant at the same time with the defendant, Mr. Barber's children.
Yes, Your Honor.
You argue that he has not been a father to your kids and refuses to support them, but takes care of his other child.
Yes.
Mr. Barber is confronted with undeniable truths. Taylor recalls her journey giving birth all alone. The question lingers, where was he when she needed him most? But hold on, Miss Johnson jumps in, reinforcing Taylor's account, seeking justice for her own daughter. The tension builds as they recount Mr. Barber's absence during the crucial moments. So, where was he really?
I had my daughter by myself. My mother's deceased. My family could not get there. I called him and told him that I was being induced. He stayed for 24 hours. You know, when you get induced, you never know when the baby's gonna come. He stayed for the first 24 hours and he left. I called him and I said, I'm getting ready to push. He didn't come.
Mr. Barber confronts his past, acknowledging imperfections while defending his love for his kids. But wait, emotions soar as the judge points out the tension. You two seem like a whirlwind of emotions. What went wrong in this complex web of relationships? Can these moms and Mr. Barber find common ground amidst the chaos?
Yes, I've done some things, and I'm not perfect. I fall very short of that. But these women know that I love my children, and they know that.
You don't show it.
How don't I show it? I just took my baby out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because
for you. What are you talking about? No, you know it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with that.
Let's get some order.
In the spotlight, Mr. Barber shares his father's wisdom on self-sufficiency. But as Judge Lake probes, the truth emerges. Can he truly support his children? With tension building, Mr. Barber explains his life transformation, but Miss Taylor counters. He has been constantly called out for his lies in the court. Miss Taylor, the stage is yours.
I would add to that, if you aren't in position to take care of yourself, why put yourself in the position when you're making children?
I can make money, I travel, I do things to actually provide for my children. I can provide for the children. I can take them where they clothes and shoes and things of that.
Done none of that.
Wait, please.
Buckle up as Taylor spills a tale of Mr. Barber's desire for chaos. 3 girls unknowingly tangled, carrying his babies at just 18. Can you believe it? And when questioned, Taylor confirms 3 women pregnant at once. Now Miss Cooper steps in. Does she feel her child is treated differently? Go ahead and share your thoughts, Miss Cooper.
He had me, he had another female, and he had her.
So you're telling me he had 3 women pregnant at the same time?
Yes, Your Honor. At the very young, tender age of 18.
And we were all 18.
Wow. Do you feel like he treats your child differently?
No, I don't. I feel like he loves all his kids the same.
Judge Lake raises intriguing questions to Miss Taylor. Why is the other mother significant? What does it have to do with Christmas? Taylor shares her attempts to connect, but faces disappointment. Receipts reveal the true cost of raising a child. As the verdict draws nearer, Mr. Barber remains silent. Will justice be served?
You got a message just asking what your child may want for Christmas. Is it more important to press the point to require Mr. Barber to talk to you? Or is it more important to make sure on that Christmas morning when the boxes are laid out, there's one from Daddy?
So there wasn't.
The court awards Miss Taylor $3,608 for childcare expenses. Then on to Miss Johnson's claim. Judge Lake delves into the receipts and sees the reasonable expenses. As Mr. Barber's acknowledgement of the child comes to light, the verdict lands in Miss Johnson's favor. She is awarded $3,880. Justice served.
You know what you're passionate about. You've gone to school. You've learned to be an engineer. And when you have a client, you don't want to let the client down. But most importantly, you have to remember you don't want to let your child. Do you understand? You have to now step up to the plate and be that father that you want to be.